I did not know
Yeah.
that. But this is what I wanted to talk about.
You gotta get this game, dude.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I don't want a Ghost of Tsushima 2. What I
Go to hell.
let me finish my
He's
thought.
like, I
want a
Jesus Christ.
million DLCs.
What I want is another game in the Ghost of Tsushima universe. But like I don't want a continuation of like the Sakai clan. Right? I don't want a continuation of like more Mongols invading. Like this is Tsushima Island, part of the island of Japan, right? Japan has so much lore and history. I want, like, can we do a story where it's like now it's just samurai on samurai, where it's like maybe it's a fight for the shogunate.
You can still do that.
You
with
know what I'm saying?
Ghost, though.
Maybe you can do like well, but like, do you want like Clan Sakai to continue? Like maybe they'll mention
who
it
says
or
that
something.
he's gonna be the ghost all the time? Who's to say that he's not gonna have a successor who takes the mantle of the ghost?
Yeah, but I mean that's fine and all, but like
You want someone new.
I would be
Like
I want,
overall,
like,
new doesn't
listen,
have to.
like
Yeah.
I really love the
Fresh
story
look
and
at
I
the game.
enjoyed it very much. What I don't want is for them to beat it over the head where then I end up disliking it. You know what I mean? They had a very specific story they wanted to tell, and that's the Mongol invasion, right? In this one particular part of Japan, that if the Mongols took over this whole island and made it into a stronghold, then they can invade the rest of Japan, which they were having a hard time with, and this one person was able to thwart their, and it was a beautiful story, very well done. Now it's like this is cool and all. Do I want like the next Ghost, and then like what's gonna be the story? Someone else is invading. Is it gonna be a ghost of another island? Like, like
It's too much repetition.
a lot of
the
like
same stuff happening. Like,
yeah,
is that what you're
like
trying to say?
there's the whole thing of like Japan. Like there's a lot of like lore that happened with the shogunate, right? Especially with like you have like Nobunaga and all the crazy shit he did, and like the other guy he was fighting, I forget his name as well, but he was Tokugawa.
Yes.
Um,
There's a whole. I don't know.
right?
Have you seen the thing on Netflix?
what thing on? Oh, you told me
Okay,
about
yeah,
it.
it's really good.
Yeah. I know them because I read these books called The Vampire Ninja, I think it
Yep.
was, or Blood Ninja.
Okay.
And it was like this supernatural story about like almost like the shogunate and stuff, and like a lot of lore about Amaterasu, which is the queen of the goddess of the sun, and like the sword that could cut dragons, and like all this, like, and you have these three treasures and only the shogun can have, and if you have these three treasures you are the shogun, and you know what I'm saying, and there were three supernatural treasures. So it's just like it would be really cool maybe if we get a game set within, like, it plays the same, like you have your stances, you're fighting samurai, maybe now you're a samurai like Tokugawa who fights with two swords, or Nobunaga, I forgot which one who did it. Well, I think Nobunaga's the one that did left-handed, because something happened with his right hand, so he had to relearn swordsmanship with his left hand. There's so much they can do. What if it's just like Nobunaga versus Tokugawa, and you're someone who maybe had to switch sides, or you pick a side and you fight that way and see if you can win the shogunate.
Honestly, anything
then,
in Japanese history, I'm down. Like, yeah, I agree with you.
Like it's so beautiful. Like there's a lot that you can do with, and they made this like wonderful gameplay that you can do with this with history. You know, it's kind of hard to do. Like I think maybe it wasn't their goal, but it kind of did a little bit, but not really, which was Assassin's Creed, right?
Oh,
They
no,
took you
yes.
into-
They were just like, because everybody forever was just like, hey, why don't you do a Japanese Assassin's Creed? Go to like some type of one of the feudal Japans or something like that. And they're like, no, we're not going to do it. And then, who was it? Sucker Punch, I believe, right? They're just like, no, we got you. We don't need Ubisoft. We don't need the Assassin's Creed name. We got you.
No,
And,
I'm not trying to say that Ghost tried to be like Assassin's Creed. What I'm trying to say, Assassin's Creed is the failed version of Ghost.
okay.
In the sense of, like, Ghost did like a really amazing job of taking you into history with like super amazing gameplay and story. I don't know if
Supposedly
Assassin's
Ubisoft.
Creeds
I mean,
were
supposedly
six-
Assassin's Creed does, but I don't play it, so I don't know.
Yeah, but like you're not in Assassin's Creed. You're not a. Listen, I could be talking out of my ass here. I am talking out of my ass because I've never played an Assassin's Creed game, so I really don't know. But like from what I've seen, is just like you're this assassin who is related to some other assassin, and you're going through like real events in history and trying to either stop them or make them happen or whatever.
Sort of,
like,
I think. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you.
But you're not like a person who is part of Japan. That's like you're not a person that's you're not a French person who is like fighting alongside like the guys or like I don't know. It's just
No,
like
you are though. Like
it feels like there's a disconnect.
Well, no, in them you are like in the first game. I forget what the country is, but you're Alistair and you're going up against like those people. Like you are in those people. Like in the second one, you're playing Ezio, and you are in Italy. You are Italian.
No, I get
Yeah.
that
Assassin's
part, but
Creed.
you're not like
Yeah.
fighting as an Italian like in that style and like of that time, right? You're almost like you're a trained assassin, so you're something completely different.
Like you're saying, like they don't fit in with that time period.
Yes,
Okay,
kind
okay.
of. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Whereas here,
yeah.
you're a samurai.
They kind of.
I mean, you learn
Assassin's
how
Creed's
to
been
do-
better about that though. Like the last one was the whole Viking thing, and you were a Viking, like invading.
Yes,
so
yes.
I think like they are going in the direction of what you're talking about, but there's no doubt about it. I mean, once again, like you talking out my ass, I do feel Ghost of Tsushima just was leaps and bounds like better.
Yeah.
But
So like I would really love to see something about like the shogunate, because there's been so many stories.
would you want it in the same world?
No, yeah.
The same
completely.
world as Ghost
You
of
can
Tsushima.
mention Clan Sakai.
Yeah.
Maybe its events takes like 50 or 100 years later after the events of the Mongols, and Clan Sakai has regained its honor and it's part of the thing. And you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like and then you can do another game where it's like, hey, rebuilding Clan Sakai's honor, and you know, whatever.
I'm down for any of it, to be honest with
Do
you.
a spin-off game. I feel like that's not that's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
But it's just like to get like another Ghost style game where it's like they're invading, you're alone, you're fighting things, you're making friends, you're doing all these same missions again. I feel
But we
like-
don't know if that's what the second game is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have no idea what the
Exactly,
second
and
game will be.
That's why I said
Yeah.
I don't want a Ghost of Tsushima 2, and that's what I mean by
Okay,
it. I just
that's
don't
what you
want
mean
the
by
same
it.
game
I got you.
over. Yeah.
Because they could do numerous things. Like, it could be, like, many years later, the Sakai clan is officially dead, Jin's gone, and somebody else is taking up the mantle of the ghost, and that person's evil, and they're using it to enslave others, and now you have to fight the Ghost of Tsushima. Like, that could be a sequel.
Yeah.
Like, they could be
Yeah.
a number of things. But, yeah.
Exactly, and like, but yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like saying like I don't want the same
You don't want the
game
same thing
again,
over
but
again.
with like different like bad guy like
feel you.
plug in here. Because it's just like they did such an amazing job with the story and such. So it was. I just want to see that again.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that again. And I know it's gonna take such a long time for them, to make a good story again, and like, and hopefully they can just use the same type of gameplay. Like with the way they like the fighting stances, the duels, all that stuff. It was like really amazing.
It's funny
It was
because
a lot of
we
fun.
talk about the story, and like the story is great, but what that game is known for, Danny, like more than anything, is it's one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen in my life. It's like,
graphics-wise?
oh my god, it's like all anybody was doing was taking like the photo mode was one of the most used modes in that game for everyone. Like you're about to do battle, it's like you cut off somebody's head. It's like, oh, hang on a second, let me pause it real quick. Let me do. No, but they have like the actual photo mode. It's like you go in there, it's like, oh, I want to change the lighting. Let me make it to daytime or nighttime. I want falling leaves while it's happening. And then it's like you could like, okay, maybe I'll put it in black and white, or I'll do a silhouetted version. I can move it from this angle. It's like people go deep into detail with it.
So they based a lot of like the photo mode and stuff like that off of old Japanese black and white samurai movies, and like based on a specific.
Well, that's
director, too.
different though. That's you could put that on and play the entire game that way. That's the Akira Kurosawa mode. But it's
feel
like
like
there's
the-
actual photo mode where you pause the game and you just start taking pictures and you can post them online.
like I've never played the game, but just from hearing you guys talk about it, the amount of energy and effort that they put into it, I
Oh,
feel like
dude,
there's no
it's
way
ridiculous.
they're gonna create a carbon copy of the first one and have a boring one that plays like the second one.
It's
I think they already know that. Like,
But the thing
what
is,
to
sometimes
expect,
it's
like-
not up to them, right? Sometimes it's like, we
True,
made a
I
lot of
guess.
money, let's do this again.
But the good thing is, Sucker Punch is owned by PlayStation Studios, and PlayStation Studios is always, they're the one company that's apparently like, make whatever game you want to make, we'll pay for it. So like that's why I love PlayStation, like
Yeah.
PlayStation games, like PlayStation Studios games, because they're literally just
Yeah.
like, if this is what the game you want to make, and if we think it's going to do well, we got you. Like, hey,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
like they had like in the bonus content they had like interviews with like the director of the game and like stuff like that, and they had like Japanese people come in and look at the game and stuff like that and comment on how like authentic it feels, or like and they did a lot of studying and stuff, so they brought like it wasn't like a cheap version of Japan.
yeah. They studied the island of Tsushima. They went to
yeah.
Tsushima, like, you know.
Yeah. So it was amazing. But yeah, I downloaded the game. Can't wait to start it now that I'm done with Mass Effect Part 2. It would be awesome to see like a Ghost of Tsushima combined with like a Mass Effect where you're making like decisions and shit, and you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I don't know. I kind of just want that Mass Effect formula applied to everything.
Sir, pick up Dragon Age Origins.
I know. I gotta play that too.